But how did you come up with this?
Well, working in film and television, I do a lot of period work and you're talking about the finger waves and stuff like that. And because when you work a long day, you may start at 4:30 in the morning and have to film till 8 or 9 at night. So that hair has to stay. And when you do a period look, to get those real period looks, you have to set the hair. And that takes a lot of time. Imagine having 300 background that you
Oh,
have to have all those other all have to have their hair done, and that can imagine the amount of hair dryers and setting, and you might have to start at 1 in the morning to get everybody ready to film at 7 o'clock at night. I mean, at 7 o'clock in the morning. So I used to just spray a little water in the hair, and I would manipulate like the figure eights and clip it with these little clips, and I'd set them under the dryer, and I would just do all these patterns. I call it patterning. Actually, it's a term we don't use, but in my language, I call it patterning the hair. Like I'm going to do pattern with figure eights, I'm going to pattern with finger curls. And you just create these different patterns in the hair and set them under the dryer, and then send them down to make it, let it cool, and come back and brush it out. I remember one day I was manipulating the hair and I was clipping it, and I thought, wouldn't it be great if these shells if I had something that could just go over that curl and it would get hot, and I could do a dry set. I could just manipulate it and set it. And then I started thinking, that's a really good idea.
it really is.
And so, because there's no limitations, it's artistry. You can even take the hair and spin it and do a
Yep.
pink curl, and there's all kinds of things you can do. And so I just started the process of trying to do a prototype and develop that concept. And it is so big in the film industry because people on sets are going, now I don't have to travel with hair dryers.
Yes. Well, that works for me because we travel, let's see, 38 weeks out of the year, and it comes in the nice little case, and it's all ready to go, and I just pop it in my suitcase. And like I said, this is, I don't know, coming up on day 3 now, and so it still stayed.
That's amazing.
My hair, I know it's bad. I don't have to wash my hair a lot, but it really works, and it's awesome. It's so easy and convenient, and I love it.
The other thing you can do too, if like you may have to straighten your hair because it's curly, but you can also take like huge sections. Like sometimes I'll take the whole top of my head and I'll do one big pin curl and I'll clip it, and then I'll do like 5 and I'll brush it out, and it just gives me like this body, just like the simple body, like I blow dried it with a
Oh,
round brush.
I never thought about that.
Now,
That's a good idea.
if you don't want like full curl and full movement, you just want bouncy hair, you can go to 5. I don't know how thick your hair is. I can do mine in 5.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah.
just
I could
big,
probably do it in a
big,
couple.
big curls. Like on the side, I can take the whole side. That's the whole side of my head, and do one big pin curl and clip it with one of the big shells and leave it on, and then brush it out. And it just looks like when you go to the salon, they blow dry your hair with
Yes.
a round brush. And it's all body. It'll make it look like you've just had a professional blow dry, and
Oh,
it's
I
five,
love it.
6.
See, I never thought of that. I just was trying to use all the clips, so I always have a head full of clips. But that'd work a lot easier.
Yeah.
What I do is
I'm fi- I'm finding that most women they start downsizing. They'll do what you do, and then they'll go less and less, and then they're just going for that really bouncy hair. And then the days they want to look a little more special, they'll use all the shells.
oh, I
But
love
every
that.
day you're just running around, going to the movies, or just hanging out with your family. You still want to look good, but you
Yeah,
may not be
exactly.
full sitting there curling your hair. But 5 shells, you get dressed, you brush it out, and it looks like you'd gone to the salon and had a blow dried.
That's exactly what I do. I put them in, and then I put my makeup on, and I pop them out, and so it's fast. Between that and the InStyler, my hair also has gotten so much healthier because I used to, since it's curly, I used to blow dry it straight, and then I would straighten it, and then I would take a curling iron and curl it. So my ends were just awful.
Right,
So
right.
now all I have to do is I let it usually air dry about 90%, and then I'll blow dry it just a little bit with the blow dryer to get it not so crazy
Right.
frizzy, and
Uh-huh.
then I either use the InStyler or TopStyler. So it's really cut down on the damage, and like I said, it holds a curl so long. So actually, I don't really wash my hair or do much to it anymore. So I don't know.
Well,
That's good.
real women don't. I mean, I'm fine. I remember when I was growing up, everybody would wash their hair every day. And I wash my hair 3 times a week. And I'm finding that other women do the same thing because, yeah, I mean, sometimes when I'm working, I do it twice a week
Yeah.
too. You know, if we're out in some weird location, I wear a hat anyway to protect my face from the sun. But you know, women want really quick, easy things to do, and we're not so fussy anymore. We're not, you know, we're not shampooing it every day, and at least unless someone might have really oily hair, might have to, but almost everybody I talk to now doesn't. They
Right,
want
and with
quick.
dry shampoo, you don't have to waste the time. You just spray a
I know.
little, and you're good
I
to go.
know.
Well,
That's really big in what I do too. I use a lot of dry shampoo at work because sometimes our actors they get so little sleep, and we're all sleep deprived because we're working and getting, they get better turnarounds than I do, but they'll come in and I'll just dry shampoo and TopStyler or InStyle it and go.
good to go. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't blame you. Yeah, I saw. I was reading some of your stuff online, and it said you did Fast and the Furious and the Hunger Games and all that. So, what's been like your favorite hairstyle to create on the sets?
Well, I don't know if you are familiar with the Hunger Games series, the books or the movie, but Effie Trinket, she's one of the Capitals, she's like the Zsa Zsa Gabor of the Capitol. I love doing her because she's a fantasy, outrageous character. But I also really enjoyed doing Scarlett Johansson for Iron Man 2.
Oh, nice.
Did you see where her hair looks like this full of dreads and it's all
Yes.
wavy? I did that with the TopStyler. I did the hard spins with it, and I just put the wave in the bottom, and I just took it out and ran my fingers through it.
You're like an artist. You just kind of mold everything, and it's good to
Yeah,
go. That's
it's
awesome. I know I struggle. I have to find some better do's. I either wear it down or like I pin a side back, and that's all I got going. So I have to look up how to do more, but I always wear it down. Well, it's very
well, it's pretty, Women, I find that hair for women is so important. They say never underestimate the power of beautiful hair, and I believe that.
oh
I mean,
yeah.
who doesn't want beautiful hair, right? So and women will they want beautiful hair, but if you can give them beautiful hair without damaging it, without taking forever, and give them options, they're going to be happy. You
That's a
know,
key point, especially on Twitter and everything. I have a lot of moms that work and they're always on the go, and they don't have 2 hours to sit there and do their hair, or they don't have time to go to the salon. They've got 15 minutes, they got to go. And so I
right?
do a lot of giveaways with the InStyler and TopStyler, and the biggest feedback is that my hair is healthier, it's quick, it's easy, and so they can always look good and presentable without having to take 2 hours. Because literally, when I used to have to do my hair with the blow dryer and then the straight and then curling iron, it was an hour and a half, 2 hours. I mean, it was horrible. It was like a project to get ready. But now it's
I
5 minutes. Like either 5 minutes with the InStyler or with the TopStyler, I pop them in, do all my makeup, pop them out, brush it, and I'm good. So
oh good,
it's really cut down on my time. My husband likes that, so I'm not always
yeah.
running late for everything.
Congratulations too, because you have quite a website. I heard.
Oh, I
I mean,
try.
nice following.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm real big into fashion and fitness and all things girly, so it's kind of what I try to bring to NASCAR.
That's great. That's great. My nephews are huge NASCAR fans. They really when I go to their house, they're always watching it, and they'll be very excited I'm speaking with you.
Well, you'll have to make sure Kyle's their favorite. Where do they live?
They live in Missouri.
Oh, I'm trying to think. I guess Kansas would be their closest race. Have they ever been to the track?
I don't think they've ever really been. They love it though. They wear the hats and the shirts, and they watch it on TV a lot. They live in the country. My niece married somebody from the country, and um, they're her kids. They're actually my grandnieces and nephews, but they're into it.
I
They're
love
into
it. Yeah, kids are like diehard fans. They're really serious, and NASCAR's fun. It's a family sport and everything. All the kids come and they like stick with their drivers for life. So it's really
Yeah.
fun. We meet a lot of great people. Who are their favorites? Can I ask that?
You know what? I never have asked them who their favorites are. I just can remember so many times going over there, and they're just hanging out with on the couch watching it.
Oh
So I
yeah.
didn't really ask them.
Yeah, we're in our off season right now, our good month and a half off. So then we go to Daytona, and it starts basically from Valentine's Day till Thanksgiving is our season. So
Well,
yes, we're
do you ever
gone.
get scared?
What?
Do you ever get scared?
Yes, yeah. Talladega. Talladega is the worst. They go about 208, I'd say, and it's not my
I can't
favorite.
even imagine.
I don't like that
I can't imagine how
racetrack.
your heart must beat.
You just don't breathe for a lot of it. That's just not how it goes. But it's fun. You'll have to, whenever you're home from Hawaii, you'll have to come check it out.
I will, thank you. I
Yeah.
definitely will.
Well, how long are you in Hawaii for?
Well, I will be home. I'll be back in Los Angeles January 5th. And then I have 3 weeks off, and then I'm going to go do a little movie with Jennifer Aniston.
Oh my gosh. Wow. You get to work with
It's,
a lot of great people, huh?
and I'm just doing her. I'm going to be her personal. So I just, after doing a big, huge, epic, exhausting movie like this, I was going to take a little time off, but she called me and asked me to do this little movie with her, so I said I would. It's only 5 weeks, but still, and it's Jennifer
Yeah,
Aniston.
I was
If
gonna say,
she
how can you
called
really
me
say
personally,
no?
I thought, I can't say no.
That's how I feel. I'm a huge fan of hers, so that's
She's
awesome.
really sweet.
Oh, I'd imagine. Well, if there's anything else that you would like to see, like I know you probably know I do a lot of social media stuff. Actually, I just did
Right.
a Twitter giveaway and I attached your name to it. So if you're
Thank
wondering
you.
why your Twitter's all blown up, but if there's
Oh,
anything
good.
else,
And anything you want me to do, because I don't know when you give a giveaway if you want me to have a personal Skype with the winners to give them a tutorial.
oh my gosh, that would be really cool for like a big grand prize one. That would be huge.
Yeah, whenever anything like that you want me to do, I'm happy to do because I really want to be involved in this. I feel lately, I feel like it's because I've worked 6 months straight. It hurts me to be away from my product,
Yeah.
but I also have to work, and a lot of it is, I know a lot of what I can give to the product is the fact that I do these movies, and I know that. I get that, and I get that they want to use that in their marketing. But my real passion, if I could just work with the product, I would. But until it really takes off, and until I get that opportunity, I'm still going to have to work. So, um, I don't. I would be involved in anything that you want me to do. Like if you want when you do your giveaways, if you want to offer a private Skype tutorial, and I can talk to them about the TopStyler and give them a quick demo with it and all
Oh
that, I'd be
my
happy to.
gosh, they would love that. That would be huge. Yeah, maybe we could set something up. I work with Susan. Well, we work with her on the marketing side for you guys. Maybe we can set up something, like a big grand prize thing, because that would be amazing. Because I know like a lot of
That would
people
be great.
YouTube it, but to have you actually showing them on Skype, I mean, I couldn't imagine that.
Yeah,
And
no, that'd be great. I'd love to do that.
and just so when I am sending it out now, obviously, do you guys ever go like on Home Shopping Network or anything with it? Like QVC, any of that stuff?
Yeah, they do.
Okay, because I know that Dean's always on there with the InStyler, so I was just checking.
They're just starting to do the top styler. And here's the thing, and this is why I'm really grateful for you that you're a fan and that you talk about it, because people are funny when it comes to something new. Like the curling iron has been around for 35, 40 years. But you give them something new and they get a little intimidated. They think they can't do a pin curl, and but if they'll just go in there, make their mistakes, do a few weird ones, figure out, oh, I just going to wrap it around and clip it, they're going, oh, I can do that. And it's crossing that line with women and letting them know, just try it, have fun
Yes.
with it. You're not going to burn your hair. You're not going to burn yourself. You might get a weird curl here and there, but you'll learn very quickly when you get a good one, oh, well, that's what I do.
Exactly. It took me a couple tries. I think the first time I did it, I had that Farrah Fawcett 70s like feathered
Uh,
hair because I think I twisted them up the wrong way. But then I just played with it and I pulled them down and I learned and it took I
yeah,
mean I'd say twice and then I was like,
yeah. I mean,
okay,
because your hair is really pretty right now. It's really modern. It's just got that perfect amount of
a
motion
little
and stuff
bit.
like that. And that really what it is. It's a few shells. You can use a lot if you've got a special event and you want, to look like it's really done, or you can do 5 or 6 and get body. But more than anything, it's just the awareness that it's not a scary tool.
No,
You know,
not at all. That's what I mean, most people, especially with the InStyler, they get nervous because it doesn't have the tip on it like the curling iron does. But
Right.
honestly, it's just a flick of the wrist and it's so fast. And I feel like once people try it a couple times, they're absolutely hooked with it. You know, that's the
Yeah.
biggest feedback I get. The first time they're like, oh, I don't know. And then I do a lot of online tutorials and I show them. I mean, all you do is you flip your wrist a couple times and you're good to go. And then once they watch it and do it, they're like, this is amazing. I'm never using a curling iron again. So that's what I
Yeah.
try to tell them. Once you
And I
try
think
it,
I think too, a curling iron is such a pressed because and it's such a circular pressed motion. But the topsoil gives you more of an organic, loose
yes.
movement, and I think that's more modern. I think I think it's more casual in a lot of ways, but you can also dress it up or do more shells and make it like a event hairstyle. But I really think that that's what women want and need. Just to I'm going to pop some in. I'm going to run around. I'm going to feed my dog. I'm going to get the kids off to school. I'm going to throw some makeup on. I'm going to take them out, brush it out, whatever they
Yes.
want, and go.
It gives you kind of that, like with a curling iron, you get perfect curls that you have to brush out, make them work to look like that loose, sexy curl. Where the top side, I
Yeah.
feel like it's very Victoria's Secrets. Like it's
Yeah.
done up, but it's not perfect, and it's
Yeah.
sexy, and that's what I love about it. It's like effortlessly gorgeous, and
Yeah.
everybody wants to look nice. Even if you're just running around in the store, all girls still want to look nice, and it's fast,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I couldn't
Yeah.
be more excited about it.
Oh, good. I'm so glad. And I'll work whatever you want me to do. Just let me know. Any tutorials or just I'm here. I'm here for you. And I'm very excited. I'm really honored and appreciate the fact that you're involved in this.
Oh,
When they told me about it, I was really excited.
I was so excited. I was so nervous. I was like trying to learn new things to do to talk lingo, and I'm like, I still can't get that figure eight. I'm gonna have to learn that one.
Well, that
But
one, that figure eight, and I don't know how well you can see me, but I'll
I can
just
see it.
show you very quickly. The figure eight is about the two pinchers, like these two fingers, and
Okay.
you're go on the outside of your finger. You're going to just go in and out, and then you're going to take the ends and just wrap it around, and then you're just going to pinch it. And don't let go of that pinch, and you're going to slide it off, hold the pinch, and it kind of folds it, and then you've got your perfect pin curl.
Oh, I got it stuck in
You
my
put the
fingers.
shell over it.
Well, maybe I shouldn't wrap. Okay, there we go. There we go. And then I would just clip that.
Yep.
And is that going to give me that cool 50s kind of?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah. It's
I
going to.
love that.
And here's the other trick too. You only need to do it to the top, and then you just do a regular one to the bottom. Because when you brush it down, it'll push all the wave together. This will kind of show the direction, and it'll just all push it together. You don't have to do the whole head. Just do the top,
Oh.
and then just because it falls over the rest of the hair and gives you this, and you can kind of brush the other wave pattern into it.
Oh, I didn't know that. I'm gonna have to try that because that's my favorite look with like a winged eye and then a red lip and that hair.
Oh,
That's
love
like
that.
gorgeous. I think
I love that.
now. Do you do Jennifer Lawrence's hair like just on set, or have you
Yes.
done it out for the red carpet too?
No, she has the hairdresser that does it for that is one of her oldest, dearest friends, and they've been together before we ever met. And she's very loyal to him, and I really appreciate that. And she
Yeah.
told me up front, I do the posters and I do anything that has to do with the Hunger Games, any editorial for that. But when she's out on her own, they're like dear, dear friends, and he does. And then when she's got some contracts with other, where you've been seeing her a lot on the cover of magazines,
Yes.
and those they bring in people that just work with them on that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, her hair is always beautiful. I mean, it's gorgeous. I
Yeah.
have really thin hair, so I'm always jealous of people that have like the big.
You know what? I have thin hair too, and I love the fact that the tops are I need body.
Oh
Like
yeah.
I have more than this, but I haven't been awake very long. But I usually throw a few in because I like some movement in
Yes.
mine. It makes it thicker.
I never straighten like just go with straight hair because it looks too right to your face and stringy.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's funny because people, they'll grab my hair like my girlfriends and they're like, I always thought you had more hair than this. I'm like, no, it just looks like it. Like my ponytails are only that big.
Everybody thinks I have more hair too.
Yeah. So we
No,
must be doing
probably
something
one of the
right.
other things about it is that some tools, because they're so hot, they take the life out of your hair.
Yeah.
Where the top styler is just, the hair starts to burn and break down at 250 degrees. And the top star on the high gets to about 230, which is perfect. The low is good for people that have bleached hair, over processed hair. Otherwise, you need that higher heat, which is still a real low heat
I
compared to
do
most.
medium, and it
Do
works. Yeah.
so well that works. But it doesn't take the life out of your hair because when you put it in the shell, the hair gets to open up and relax, and it just gets contained in that shell, so it heats it from the base, from the scalp all the way to the end. So you get this perfect amount of heat through all of it without burning your ends or burning any part of it. And I think that's what's so important is it doesn't take the life out of your hair. It still
Yeah.
lets your still let your hair have some body and motion and some resilience.
And I don't know if this is true or not, but I used to have to color my hair every 6 weeks, and now I can go 8 to 10. Does that have anything to do with because I'm not damaging it near as much and washing it near as
Definitely.
much?
Yeah,
That's what I
definitely.
thought.
With an open cuticle too, the hair, it'll the color will go in and out very quickly.
I always remember high school. Do you remember the straighteners? And I remember
Yeah.
taking them right on my bangs, and all of this just falling off, and because they get hot, and then my hair
They
was
get up
always a
to
mess.
400 and some degrees.
Yeah, and I'd
And
always
it
lose the
starts to
ends of my
burn it
hair.
at 250.
Yeah, 400. I would lose the bottoms a lot because it was already so damaged.
I would too, and I know the InStyler gets really hot, but there's something about how fast and the constant movement. It's just not like. I think
Right,
the constant
because it
movement keeps it
rotates.
from burning the hair so much. It's still a very intense heat, but you can adjust the temperature because there are some African American ladies that need that heat to get their hair straight.
Yeah, that's what I meant with the medium. I'm sorry. I keep my InStyler always on medium, and then I do my bangs and stuff on low because I always feel like they're a little bit more fragile because I highlight them so they're always lighter. So I do that on
Right.
low and then the back on medium.